in South Park, Colorado. Elevation about 9,400 feet. Kind of pretty much right in the middle of Colorado, in the middle of South Park. Got the first yaks in 2013. Bought 3 cows from a yak dealer over by Fairplay, Danielle Petty. And then later on that fall, got a bull, 12 cows, a little steer, and a little heifer.
I see. So that's ever since 2013, right?
Yeah. Yep. Since then, I've added to the herd. Got a different bull now. The old bull got too old, and
Right.
Well, I took on a cow once from some other people who was just too mean. I thought I could tame her, and she's just a mean cow. Tied her up, brushed her, worked with her, and then one day, just right out here, she was probably 150 feet from me, and yaks they usually won't charge you if you're staring at them, but if you turn your back to them, they'll go for it. It's just kind of the way yaks are. So I was just kind of testing to see if she'd gotten any friendlier, and I turned my back to her, and I just kind of peeked around the corner, and the second I turned my back, she had taken off after me, and I seen her, and I dove behind the trailer over there to dive out of the way, and she just caught me in the pocket of my sweatshirt, took the whole sweatshirt off except for my right sleeve, just ripped it right off. The sweatshirt stayed stuck to her horn, so she's attacking the sweatshirt. She thought she had me, so she pounded the sweatshirt into the dirt, and I crawled underneath the deck over there under the trailer. She got tired of trying to kill the sweatshirt and left. That was really close. Had another guy's bull. I was feeding him. It was in a blizzard, and I was looking out for him, and the other animals in the herd went around the vehicle one way, and this little bull went around the other way and snuck up behind me, got underneath me, and threw me about 10 feet in the air. That was close, you know. And then I seen a big bull. We was working in some chutes, and this person went to go buy this big bull who was in kind of a grumpy mood, and he knocked them off their feet and stuffed them under the fence and was horning them. And luckily we got him off the person, and it turned out okay. He was an older bull, and his horns curved back, so he didn't get a chance to poke anybody. But that's if things go wrong, that's kind of that's some of my more exciting times. You know, there's been a lot of little stuff, but that's been the main stuff you really remember.
So did you?
When I first figured out about squeezing them down tight and being able to get in with them was we was hauling some yaks in the trailer. The wheel bearing went out on the trailer. We had to transfer, I think there was 40 yaks in there or something.
This is working for Danielle, right?
Yeah, working for a different person. Yeah,
right.
Yep. The trailer, we backed the trailer to trailer to do a door-to-door thing. And we figured out at that point the trailer we were running them out of didn't have a front door. So I had to go into the trailer, and this was a trailer load of bulls that nobody could get along with, mean cows, and young bulls and steers.
Basically all turning into meat, right?
Yeah, these were meat animals that really wouldn't make pets or anything
so
else.
Really well.
Yeah.
Really well.
So I had to go from one trailer, worm my way through the other trailer, and it was packed full of yaks. It was the only way we could get them out into the other trailer, you know. And but I realized when I was in there with all these yaks that just were mean, big old mean bull in there, or, you know, not the friendliest bull, that when they're packed in there like that, they don't go for you. I just able to worm my way to the front and chase them out of the trailer. That was when I kind of discovered that squeeze them down tight and jump in with them is a great way to get to know them. And once they're squeezed down, they
seems to feel safe.
Yeah, just like we were in there earlier. None of them attacked you. You know what I'm saying? They just, you know. But that's how I figured that out. There's there's a little pen there that you can lock them into to isolate them to work on them. But I realized once you isolated them from the rest of the herd, they get real nervous real quick. Real nervous.
And that's why when we do the training, we always keep them in the herd.
Yeah. Then I started realizing after finding out, they just get so much anxiety being separated from their herd. The best way to do it is to tie them up right next to another yak.
Right.
And just have as many yaks around them as possible. Takes that whole separation anxiety away.
Right.
It just makes them a lot easier to work with. Oh, there is really no secret to it. If you just want to, if you just work with them, just messing with them, just wanting to be friendly with them,
right.
You know. There's many different ways to do it. This is just the way I do it, just the way I found out to do it, you know. The more I deal with them, the more I learn.
Right.
You just got to get in there and deal with them, keep your eyes open, just like you can turn around there right now. These are totally different little wild yaks, and these are actually strange people to them. You know, it's they just become friendly. They just become really friendly. That little guy there that Sophie's scratching right now, that's he's not quite a year old. The little black guy there, that's Smokey. But you can see, you know, that's friendly yaks. That's what you want. I usually wait about a year to castrate them, and you want to do it in the spring after their hair sheds off. They get a pretty good coat of hair on their testicles when they're in the winter time, and it makes it hard to cut the skin and do a clean job. So I usually do it in the spring after they've shed at about a year old. Otherwise, they're just too small. It's hard to do, you know. And it lets them develop a little bit of that bull physique in that year's time.
So it makes no difference whether we want to eat the meat or not, right?
Doesn't really have that much to do with the meat. No. Nope. I've never had to. Yaks, they're real small when they're born. They're real small when they're born. The mothers really, they kind of go off on their own when they're born. I've never had a problem. Never had a problem. They seem like to do it. They seem like they like to do it on their own. They like to be alone when they do it. The best thing is to have them in a place where nothing bothers them when they're having their baby. I think that's what I found. Just what I found to be the biggest. If you give them a nice, calm place to be to calve, a place they're used to and familiar with, you seem to have the best luck. Okay, and the reason the trailer's parked here all the time was so the yaks get used to it. It's all that familiar thing. So if you have your trailer open so the yaks can go in and out of it, sometimes even feed them in there, when you go to load them into the trailer, it'll be a lot easier. With yaks, it makes a huge difference if they're familiar with the trailers.
Oh, okay.
These yaks are in a 375-acre pasture. They like to be open. They like it out in the open. They don't really like to be in barns. But they could be out there 3/4 of a mile in the morning. And all you got to do is take a bucket and shake it with some food in it, and they come running. That's the best way to get the yaks into your corral, is teach them with food. That's a big one. Food's the big one. Here she comes, little peanuts. There we go, girls. There we go. See, oh, you're a good little girl. Yes, you are. You're a good little girl. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. See, now this is what you want. This is what you want. Hello, sweepers. We here, little weirdos. Hello, little sweeper. What you doing, huh? Yeah, you got that attitude. Yes, you do. That's why we don't want you to be a bull. Yeah, that little thing right there. That little, you can see it in you. You can see it. You see, he doesn't really like that. He's telling you that that's not really his thing. You know what I'm saying? You're just lucky he's not mowing you down. That's he's just a yak with a personality that won't make a good bull. But yet he's not mean because we've never pushed him to that. You know what I'm saying? You know. But when he gets bigger, his attitude, it won't be a good attitude for a big yak. You know. And it's just his personality. Ain't nothing you can do about that. That's why you sort him out at this age. When he gets bigger, he'll just be dangerous.
Right.
He'll just be dangerous.
Even as a steer.
Yeah. Yeah. More than likely. Unless you had the right person and the right situation that knew how to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? But once with personalities like that, as he gets bigger, he'll get more. Yeah, I've tried to tame him down like that, and it just, you go nowhere. Just the wrong personality, you know. That's how, if you want to sell a friendly yak, it's got to be a friendly yak, you know.
And we need to figure out if it's not.
Yep, and that's why I
Figure it
say
out
we
soon.
need to work with them a few more times.
Right.
You know, they'll either work into the rope and get friendlier, or they'll come to a spot and start going the other way. Then you realize that you got to do that with that animal.
Right.
You know, but the person that gets them after they've been trained here has to keep that up.
Right.
They got to keep that up.
They could easily switch back.
Huh?
They could easily switch back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you treat them wrong, they'll give you what you give them. That's kind of what yaks. You get what you give them.
And you might lose their trust.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, a lot of it has to do with trust. A lot of it has to do. Yep. Yeah, chicken.
Have you ever have a mean cow? I mean, mean heifer?
A yak heifer? Oh yeah, I got one.
Really?
Yeah, Lulu. But Lulu never
Never.
got tamed. And she throws really good calves. She's a really good mom, you know. But you just don't turn your back on Lulu. You've just learned you just don't do that. But yeah, some cows can actually be meaner than the bulls.
Wow.
Yeah, we have
Some
one.
cows. Some cows are just, they're mean, man.
Right.
They're just, they don't change,
Yeah.
you know. And I've tied Lulu up and I've brushed her, you know, and the second you brush her, she just bristles. Like, oh, she don't like that. She just gets meaner and meaner.
Never get into it.
Yeah, just best thing with Lulu is just,
Stay
let
away
her,
from it.
and don't turn your back.
Okay.
Well, the thing about the yaks is the herd will kind of like batteries, if you're into the battery thing. If you got one yak in your herd that's really, really nervous and wild, it will push the herd towards being like that. If you really want a calm herd, you just got to take the wild ones out.
Right.
That's just what you have to do. Otherwise, they'll go off her nervousness, and it'll make the herd totally different. You might plug her out of there and put a real calm one in there, and it'll take your whole herd a different direction. I mean, big time. Big time.